Another Monday means, oh wait, no, technically I guess that we launched on Wednesday. So another Wednesday, that means another episode of Caster's Couch.
You're just gonna act like this is normal? Like nothing happened this week?
What happened?
In this house, on this couch, you break our trust?
Jerry.
What are you talking about?
Jerry.
I thought I would have to get into a relationship to be cheated on. Apparently, it could just happen amongst friends.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You're out here making another podcast with Gina Darling on the same couch when we call this goddamn show Caster's Couch. I guess it's not Caster's Couch anymore.
He's got a point, Jerry.
Okay, wait, hear me out.
It's any fucking person's couch that comes into this house.
Well, also Thresh sits on that couch.
Oh, even fucking worse.
We need to get Raz a chair.
Do you want a chair?
I would love a chair.
So you could sit the fuck down?
No, so I can pick it up and go Montgomery style on your fucking head. That's what I could do with this fucking chair.
I need to start stocking folding chairs in my house for that reason. If there's ever like a home robbery or like a break-in or something, having a gun is so just pull out a fucking folding chair instead.
That would be dangerous.
Okay, first of all, I'm not cheating on you. I can love everyone equally. And second of all, who wouldn't cheat with Gina Darling?
You're a podcast polygamist.
Ooh. She's just out there for that podcast pussy.
It's just that easy, huh?
Okay, how would you feel if I tried to talk to you about vaginas?
How would you feel if she just decided, let's talk vaginas on a show?
Well, I mean, it's Ovilee, man. That's the only thing downstairs she's familiar with.
I'm just saying, we got 3 men here, right, Ian? We could go for hours. It wouldn't just be stopping at 45 minutes.
On vagina?
Vaginas? And womanly talking and things?
Womanly talking.
talking
This
and
sounds
things?
like a song from a Disney musical. Womanly talking things. Womanly
talking
points.
things.
Womanly talking things. Womanly yoink. And then she like goes somewhere else to have a new podcast with someone else.
Yes, and that's how it would end.
Okay, so
Flies
for
off
people,
in a magic tampon.
for people who have no idea what's going on here, Raz is upset because I started a podcast last week with Gina Darling named Spill It. And I started that podcast with Miss Gina Darling because one, I love Gina just as much as I love these two. Mm-hmm. But two, sometimes it's difficult to talk about certain things with present company. And that's why I thought I would create a safe space for myself and also Miss Gina Darling.
You could talk to us about anything.
I feel like the second half of the music video, they could like ride on a magic flying like pad. Like that's the.
Have you ever seen a pad?
I've seen the box.
You actually showed me how it was like.
I showed you how tampons work with Miss Gina Darling.
It's like a parachute.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's how they get down from the magic flying
Yes,
pad. They parachute down. Paratrooper.
The string is confusing at first. It's like, what's it for?
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of like what we covered on that podcast, but it was such a fever dream that I don't really remember.
Your favorite sex position?
We did talk about our favorite sex positions. And I asked Miss Gina Darling, I said, what's your favorite sex position? I had to guess, and I guessed on top, and she said, fuck no, I don't like to work.
Oh.
I'm going to find the first suffragette and beat the shit out of her.
What?
Beat the fuck out of her.
Beat the fuck out of her.
Okay, well, there we go. There it is.
Makes more sense that way.
True.
The difference between shit and fuck was really just the line there. Right? I was like, now hold on. Hold on. I'm not understanding what you're putting down.
Yes.
We also talked about lesbians on G4.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we also talked about seeing each other naked for the first time within like 2 months of knowing each other.
Isn't
the fuck did that happen?
That's like the first thing you told me after you met her was that y'all just like looked at each other's stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this what girls do? Is this like a normal?
And that's why I needed a safe space, because I've asked you two to get naked with me multiple times and neither of you will.
I literally did.
Yeah, this dude did the music video with you. Now, to
My
be fair,
ultra-traditionalist religious family may not like looking up Raz on YouTube. It may not be a good idea.
Okay, well, actually you're lying because if you type in Raz, your personal SEO is so bad that nothing about you comes up.
Because it's a Polish word for time.
So maybe you should rebrand yourself.
I started with Razzleplasm. No one's going to take that seriously. I'm just putting it out there. Kind of like the name Ovilee May. I didn't take that seriously. You should probably shorten it.
Honestly, I don't know what the fuck my parents are smoking, but like judging by how they are right now, my name is the least of their problems.
What?
My parents are fucking crazy. But yes, I wanted to make a podcast made by women, for women, and people who are also simping for said women. So we could talk about things like vaginal discharge.
Oh my God.
See? And that's where they stopped wanting to talk.
All right.
What's the
fair.
consistency of your vaginal discharge like, Flowers?
Can I get a turbo thruster on my magic flying pad and just get the fuck out of whatever this is? I don't even need my tampon parachute. I will just risk the impact with the ground.
So you want a turbo thruster on your pad because it's overflowing. One would say gushing.
Man,
It was a heavy flow kind of day.
it's just one of those days.
Okay, fair.
What the fuck were we even going to talk about?
I
I
don't know.
don't remember.
You know what?
You're the host.
What did you do
Look.
this? What?
You know what? You proved your point.
Thank you.
I appreciate
She
that.
did not prove anything.
I proved so many
The
points.
moment she said vaginal discharge is like, you can have your own show.
Keep this away from me.
As soon as you're ready to talk about girl things with me, we can combine podcasts.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm going to stay on this show.
Good
You
choice.
guys can have that show.
So you're saying that we could be separate but equal?
Yep.
With about 30 cents less on the dollar. I'd
Yeah.
say.
And you know what? I think that's fair. We're looking at the subscribers right now, and it's currently 30% less.
Yeah, so wait, if our episode's on average like what? 45 minutes. So 45 minutes, 30% of 45 minutes is 13 and a half minutes. So
What the
each one of
fuck?
you guys' one should be like 31 and a half minutes.
You could
There
do
you
math. How did you do math that fast?
He's a math
You're
magician.
supposed to be the Asian person on the couch.
And
How are
see,
you?
this is why I started a podcast with another Asian woman so that there would be no discrimination.
You
Although
guys can both be bad at math together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gina also can't. Edit.
There it is.
we're both Asian women with severe ADD. Nothing's gonna get done.
That's fair.
But also, so the podcast name is Spill It. Subscribe. I really wanted to name it Yellow Fever.
I remember you telling me that when I first saw the name announced. I was like, wait a second, what happened to the name?
I wanted to name it Yellow Fever so bad. But there's some racial sensitivity to it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So
tiny
it's
bit.
fair. It's
And
fair.
your
I'll
audience
take
might
the L.
get called out.
The audience might get called out, but here's the thing. I'm a fucking byproduct of Yellow Fever.
True.
I have a white dad who wanted a fucking Asian woman. Boom, out comes me.
Is there
There's your
stamp?
defense.
Is there a stamp somewhere that says made by Yellow Fever?
Yeah, just wear like a badge.
Yes.
Papa is no longer the proper terminology. It is now just byproduct of Yellow Fever.
There it is. I better be hearing it more and
BPYF.
more. There's gonna be a lot of that in this industry.
Fucking esports, man. There you go.
You say that about esports, but how many of them are actually getting married? Never mind. I
Yep.
just thought of 3 people.
Instantly.
I just thought of 3
Three white
fucking
guys
people.
marrying Asian
I just thought of one.
I was gonna say, I
no.
feel like I can think of 3 in the last month.
I just thought
Also-
of 3 people.
They're the
Also-
only ones getting married.
Also,
That is true. I
also
thought
one of our former guests.
That's
Who's
true.
our-
Yeah, you went to the wedding.
So the first people I thought of was Monty and Susie,
Okay.
and then Doa and his wife.
Yeah.
I think they just moved to Korea. And then you're right, Costa and Sab.
I love you guys.
Holy shit.
I love you guys.
That's
Atlas
fucking
just got married
hilarious.
earlier this week.
That's true.
To an Asian woman?
Yeah.
Well, he's in Korea.
He's in
so-
Korea. He lives in
That's-
Korea.
That one's a
His
little
wife's
different.
Korean.
More acceptable. Unless he moved to Korea with the express interest of marrying a Korean woman.
Also, if he's there, I feel like is there something called white fever? Just putting that out
Yes,
there.
yes.
So,
No.
I was
Yes,
about-
there
yes,
absolutely
I was
is.
just putting that out there because I think it does exist. I know it exists.
So in Japan, because I watched a couple of videos of this because it was crazy.
Yeah.
if you ask, they ask like a bunch of Japanese women on like the streets, they're like, what do you think of white men? And they're like, would you like to date a white man? And they're like, oh my gosh, of course. They're very sexy. I love all of their features. And then one of them was like, no, I don't want to date a white man. She's like, oh, are they not attractive to you? And she said, no, they're so attractive that I don't see them as men. They're more like a deity or a god. And therefore, I'm not good enough for them. And I'm like,
Your results may vary. This couch does not endorse
this. Is why so many neckbeards over the years fantasize about going to Japan, tipping their fedora, and just drowning in pussy. Like,
milady. With their triple, quadruple chin, just their jowls gyrating. I gotta go to Japan. I must
find my waifu.
That for my waifu, my queens, and I'm not talking about actual people. For my 2D queens. So
eat
basically,
dakimasu before I eat that pushy up.
Just put a little soy sauce on there.
Do you know what seaweed sake is?
No.
Okay, so seaweed sake is... Okay, so you know how sometimes they'll eat sushi off of a naked woman's body?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Okay, so seaweed sake is when you're done eating that sushi, the woman will sit on her, basically like knees under.
I just know where this is going. I hear the choppers.
So she'll sit there, and you take the sake, and you pour it in the crotch area.
No.
And the pubic hair look like
full bush,
seaweed.
I'm assuming.
No
like
fucking
seaweed.
way.
Seaweed sake. I taught everyone at G4 that too.
How do you know?
I'm Japanese.
Okay, well.
And I don't shave.
Full bush.
Oh no.
For Patreon
Who's
subscribers,
seeing it, Raz?
Seaweed Sake will be available for sale.
Oh God, no! Is that we can't be that bad off for monetization?
If people can
We're
jar
going down the Japanese version of the Belle Delphine bathwater. Fucking
Get your own seaweed sake. It might be my afro hair instead.
We don't discriminate here.
There it is.
What's the white man's equivalent to that? Like what's
Seaweed Sake.
to seaweed sake? What's like a white people or a black people weird fetish thing? Or are they all just universal?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the Asians got this cornered.
Yeah, the Japanese especially.
Yes.
We
It's
rock.
the radiation.
I'm trying to.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's real, but I one time saw a map that shows the areas of Japan that were most heavily irradiated, overlaid with a map of an area of Japan that are most heavily addicted to hentai, and the heat maps are almost identical.
I haven't been exposed to any radiation.
That you know of. It's an invisible
The
killer.
radiation for you could just be POE.
Path of exile
That is actually your
It's actually funny because as soon as I got single, that's when I started experiencing yaoi for the first time. And I got like into it. I got lonely and then I got super into yaoi.
Just for the viewers at home, could you just really quickly explain what yaoi is?
Yes.
Yaoi. Okay, so yaoi, also known as BL, is essentially gay porn, but hentai. But it's so good because it's the stories are immaculate. I highly recommend.
Yeah, she watches it for the story.
Which characters kicked the door in for you? Like really sold you on yaoi? Because like most of the people will do it
Azumaya
off
Junta.
of
Absolutely Azumaya Junta. 100% Azumaya
Is that
Junta.
the name of a book?
No. So his name is Junta. He's part of a show called Dakaichi. Help, I'm being harassed by the sexiest man alive. It's so good. Oh my God. I cry watching this show because one, the plot's amazing, but then just two, like I want Junta to just so good. I'm
sorry for
RIP headphone users.
I didn't want to know this either.
So that's called Dakaichi?
Dakaichi.
Check that out at home,
Yeah.
kids.
Oh my God. So fucking good. Flowers, what did you do this week?
Huh?
How you doing, bud?
BL
I'm
means
here.
boy love.
We started off with
Burdened.
vaginal discharge.
Burdened forever by the eternal chains of consciousness.
Do you regret our friendship?
I'm here on this couch every week.
It's a nice way to say every day.
When you tell your grandchildren about this friendship, how are you introducing it?
Friendship is a strong term.
I think I'm not going to tell them for their own good. It's like how, our generation, sometimes like our grandparents might have war stories that are like really fucked up and they don't want to tell you about them. And this is like that, but I've never been to war.
You'd be the weird uncle that I would always have to keep an eye on.
Ovilee's the uncle?
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between an uncle molesting his family members.
He didn't call you Lester the molester. That was a jump.
You had that in your skull and you put that into the ether. Now I really don't trust you.
Usually when people say weird uncle, they literally mean the uncle who tries to fucking molest his family members.
I did not go there.
He
said weird uncle. I'm thinking a dude who has a collection of strange random objects from road trips to different states.
Yes.
Doesn't know how to talk to women and has 7 dogs.
Picks goes into his pockets and be like, here's candy that your fucking family won't give you because they have a strict diet for you and they fuck you up.
That's the cool uncle. You're talking about
except
the cool
you won't.
Uncle.
First of all, that's the difference of opinion.
When you
And
say
then second
weird
of all-
uncle, that usually leads to molestation.
No! Not at all. I haven't. What I feel like I have.
Who's more experienced in this topic?
Lord, I would hope none of us.
Would you like to share something?
We're thinking more Mr. Dink from Doug.
Yes.
Mr. Dink from Doug.
Another weird uncle could be a racist uncle. That's weird.
No, but then you call them the racist uncle.
But they could also just be. That could just be
No.
part
I think
of the
you know
weirdness.
what? Chat or YouTube comments.
Chat.
YouTube
Close
comments.
enough.
Let us know in the comments below. When you hear the word weird uncle, what does that mean to you? Because I'm pretty sure that I'm right.
Okay, no, but now
include your gender. Include your gender in your comment.
But remember, you put that into their heads now. They're gonna be saying it now that you put that in their heads.
No, they have enough autonomy.
All right, guys, just don't fuck me on this one. Like the
Don't
uncle.
Like that weird
Or your uncle. Don't fuck your uncle on this one either. Because apparently that's something we all need to be morbidly aware of.
Yes. So, God, but yes, now you're just the weirdest uncle.
I want to be I want to be the crazy aunt. That's what I want to be. I want to be the crazy aunt that didn't have kids. And
Yes.
instead of having a horde of cats, I have a horde of dogs.
And hentai novels.
And hentai novels.
That you tried to pawn
No,
off
see,
on my children.
that definitely comes across as the crazy aunt vibe. You just
Yeah,
the entire household library of just this hardcore gay ass anime porn.
Yes.
And then just dogs walking around everywhere. It can't go nowhere without the sock turning into an instant hair magnet.
All I know
You're
is
trying to
that
tell me something about the cleanliness of my house?
No, your house looks so good compared to back in the Tornado Alley days. Back then, I was don't get me wrong, back then was great for content. Every time I came over here, I was I'm just going to have a new punchline on the spot. It didn't even take creativity to come up with them.
Do you remember any of those punchlines?
You've done so much better. A lot of them were really mean. There's a reason I didn't.
Well, here, I'm in a better space now, so go ahead, relive some of them if you remember any.
Of course, you're in a better space. Your last one was shit.
oh God.
I think that was off the dome.
All right.
I saw your last space. It was hard to open the door. I'm really proud of the progress you've made as a person.
There you go.
I remember you came. I think both of you came over for movie night. And when you came over, I was like, one sec, I have to move all the tissues off the couch because I was crying last night.
I don't remember this. Maybe it's a repressed memory.
For dudes, it's I was beating off here.
Yes. I was really interested in how you would end that statement. But yes, if I brought my kids...
tissues?
Huh?
No.
No.
Cool.
But if I
You're
brought my
a girl.
children...
Why are you asking us?
If I brought my children to your house and I heard barking, I would first think, is it one of your many dogs? Or... are you barking at your fucking screen as you're watching gay porn?
It'd be me.
Yeah.
It's more like a seal sound.
So, Flowers, what did you do this week?
Well, first, I took a hard right turn out of a very bizarre conversation.
Good choice.
Actually, that was what I most recently did. But no, earlier this week, I got to do a cool, fun community tournament for League of Legends with my good buddy, Azael.
Yeah.
Was it Ovilee?
No.
Oh.
Different event.
Couldn't be that cool then. Couldn't be that cool.
This was the toast thing, right?
Yeah, this was the Disguised Toast put on an event with a bunch of like old school and modern, like League of Legends professional players, some old school guys. Like we had Skara in there, right? We had Sneaky in there. We had some like old school. Balls was playing. I'm so happy. I only got to cast Balls for 1 year professionally back in 2017 when I first joined, and then he retired. So getting to say Balls' name and all the associated wordplay and being able to have plausible deniability as I did it. One of my calls when he died to a gank, Balls is crushed. I had another one where I was just like, they've got to protect Balls. Like you just, all the time. I was like a kid in a candy shop, and man, it was so fun. It was such a good time. It reminded me of all those events back in the day where just people would do stupid random bullshit. The game quality was all over the place. Some of the games were really close. Some of the games were really stompy. All of the games were goofy as fuck, and it was just so much fun.
Aww.
Did you ever have a moment in there with the 80 carry and the top laners hiding in the bush waiting for a pick, and then you got a chance to say, "Oh, that's Sneaky Balls right there."
Oh no, I wanted to. I was trying to be. At one point, I actually described though. I remember telling. I farmed some huzz in the chat with this one.
Oh, really?
I was like, now Isaac, I'm not much of an anime man, but the one weeaboo song that I do know is from the hit 1990s animated program South Park, and it's called Protect My Bowels. And that's exactly what Sneaky's team needs to do right now, because Balls is getting stomped, and they have to make sure that this man is cradled and protected.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Don't forget to cradle the balls.
That was amazing.
So
Were you able, did you do LCS casting or did you do bronze casting?
So it was a little bit in between. Like they told us they didn't want the full like swearing and just sexual innuendo of bronze stream casting, but also if you do full LCS casting, there's no way it's genuine because the gameplay level is just not super high, right? Like people are doing some really wacky shit. I'm pretty sure before the end of their third game on the first day, somebody told me that, oh no, Toast himself said, I'm friends with Shifter on Steam, and he just logged into Street Fighter.
Yep.
Before their game was done. And then on day 2, when we were interviewing Skara before the games, we're like, okay, man, so we know your team doesn't really play League to practice. Like, you guys play Valorant and Street Fighter and stuff like that more. How did you feel yesterday when your mid laner booted up Street Fighter before the games were done? And Scar just went, wait, what? So we're having a good time. Everybody was clowning around.
He also discovered a new stat. Calls per death. Call stacks per death.
Oh, yeah. We were comparing, would Balls finish his cull before, or no, would the enemy team finish the cull before Balls hit 10 deaths?
Yes.
And Balls hit 10 deaths first. They were farming Balls in this game. Like,
it was great.
Balls was having a little bit of a rough time.
It
made for a lot of good calls though. Calls for Balls.
Calls for balls.
We're in there.
I wish that there was a Vayne in the game.
Oh,
then
yes.
she could pin Balls to the walls.
She could pin Balls to the walls, and then Balls could go after the main vein. Like,
oh my God.
Terrible.
We need our pros to just rename themselves to something fucking better.
Oh,
Dude,
I agree.
Modern pros.
I
not
actually
OG
thought
pros.
about it though.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so what do you guys think about this? If a player tried to join the LCS in modern times and his name was Balls, do you think they would make him name change?
Yes.
Because
yeah.
I'm not sure. It's kind of like right there on the line of 50-50 for me.
I think it's fine. I feel like we remember the players who were forced to have name changes. Does anyone even remember what Sneaky's original name was?
Sneaky Castro.
Yep.
It was Sneaky Castro, and they changed it to Sneaky. That's fine.
Yeah. I've had.
You know which one I'm thinking of that had to be changed.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know exactly which one I'm thinking of that had to be changed.
There's one whose name was an anagram of the word
Oh yeah.
ginger.
Okay. I remember that.
What? That wasn't the one I was thinking.
Oh.
Oh, then what were you thinking?
I had to write it out of my head. That was
So what are you thinking? Then what are you
Ginger.
thinking?
that was the one I was thinking of.
Oh,
That was the one I was thinking of.
LPL has had some tough ones too.
Who's still playing in the league today? Wait.
Yes.
Yes.
So I've had players in the LPL. There's one currently named PP God. Love that one. When I was casting.
Wait, did you see M&S's news earlier this week?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No, M&S, despite the fact that he's been a wholesome boy for most of the time that he's been here, old habits die hard.
Okay, wait. So
Die
to catch
hard.
people up who have no idea what we're talking about, this is Cloud9 mid laner M&S. I want to say he was doing Korean solo queue for
Right,
what?
yeah, he's
Yes.
playing Korean solo queue.
So Cloud9 mid laner M&S from Korea, import to NA. This is important to the story. It's currently back in Korea boot camping for Worlds. It's going to start up later next month. And was caught essentially saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, stupid solo queue European, go back to your country.
Yeah, he was like something EU streamer, like cringe or something
Yes.
EU streamer or whatever, and he's like, go back to country. And so I was like, oh no, M&S, no,
No, man.
don't break him.
M&S, don't type. Hit the enter key with the hammer. Just don't
Yes,
type.
you don't use enter key for anything else, please.
And then he doubled down.
His double down was stupid.
The double down was bad.
Because basically,
Explain the double down. though.
in his double down, it was basically a response to LS, who had basically been like, "Can you explain yourself?" essentially, and he explained himself saying that, "Hey, streamers basically will always chip at players, and players never get to say anything back. Otherwise, they get under scrutiny and all these things. While streamers are not taking the game seriously and are flaming players, blah blah blah." So it was like he was basically saying that pro players are under such direct scrutiny that we can't ever like call out somebody who's not trying. The problem is,
Yeah.
that may be fine as a general statement. I think generally that's a fair point to make. In this case, because the streamer that we're talking about is Spearshot, the most wholesome, positive streamer that actually showed his gameplay where he was actually put in a really bad situation by the enemy jungler that he could not do anything about, still played pretty well, and was positive throughout. Like, he's actually one of the most wholesome and positive streamers. So that was like not ever good in this specific scenario.
But even to that extent, let's say that they were incredibly toxic, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they're the most fucking toxic person on that team. Saying go back to your country, like
Yeah.
you could have said so many other different things, especially when he himself is an import from Korea to NA.
Yeah.
It's like, let's have a little bit of situational awareness here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's part of like the toxicity meta in high elo Korea. Like, because everybody from everywhere else goes to Korea to play. And so when they get mad at them, they tell them to go the fuck home. I'm not
then it's fair.
justifying it.
It's fair,
I'm
then.
saying this is a long standing, this isn't just M&S doing this. Like, I'm pretty sure this has been a thing for a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of... This is just generally xenophobia in general. Especially if you ever come in, start typing English, ooh, you're getting... people already don't like
Wait.
that.
Wait.
Who was it that typed the entirety of Starboy in
I don't
all
know.
chat?
I have
forgot
no
who that
idea.
was, but I loved it.
So I think I might have told you guys this before. I don't think I've said it on the podcast.
Okay.
So back in season 6 of League of Legends, which was when I was actually good, like
Yeah.
when I took solo queue seriously, like really try harder to climb, got almost to masters, but not quite there.
Yeah.
I had a strategy that I would use back in those days if I got filled into not jungle. Because
Yeah.
Skarner's terrible in anything other than jungle.
Yeah.
And that is that while I was still climbing up until I got to the point where I was in multiple games with the same people and they would recognize me, what I would do is if I was not jungle, usually if you ask, hey, can I role trade with you? The guy says, no, I want to jungle.
Yeah.
So what I would do instead, I would just go to Google and I would type in Korean website. And it would give me like a furniture store or a travel agency or something.
Yeah.
And I would copy a random line and then paste some Korean characters and type JG in caps next to it. And just
always
hope,
say yes.
Honestly, it was a 50-50. Half the time they would just be like, ah, yes, this is a Korean guy who wants to
must
play
be good.
who wants to play jungle. And then if they looked at my account, they would see that it had a 75% Skarner win rate. So they'd be like, okay, yeah, this has got to be just some Korean guy like playing
Yes.
Smurf in North America. I'll give him jungle. copying random bullshit that I don't even know what it said from a Korean website and typing JG next to it was the best way to give my role.
There it is.
And I am not ashamed of doing.
Big brain on this guy.
See, I use sexism. I wrote, I am girl. Support, please. And they went, yes.
Oh, what? No!
I am girl.
No!
And they'd be like, oh, shit. Don't let her play anything else.
We
I'm like,
weaponized sexism. We weaponized sexism.
We did.
It was
Hey, you
great.
got to do what you got to do.
Same thing with Overwatch. If I ever wanted to play Mercy, because I just really like playing Mercy, I'd pop into voice chat if someone auto-locked, and I'm like, hey, can I have Mercy? And they're like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Female.
Yeah.
Dude, I forgot that people played Overwatch. Every time I hear about
When it first came out, it was a lot of fun.
It was good. Still is kind of good if you go back to it after a long while. It is actually kind of fun. You just get those things. Yes, it is. You just have to have the right
When
friends.
was
'cause
the
if
last time
you're
you played?
God.
Are you talking about Overwatch 2?
Yes. So it was like
I mean, the first one's gone.
beginning
now,
of this
right?
year.
Yeah.
It was like beginning of this year. But it was wild though.
I played with Jonas, and it was kind of nice. Shout out to Average Jonas, because Jonas carried me. And it was
Okay.
great. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, sweet. I can be shit, and we can still win, because you play Genji or some shit. But otherwise, nah, it's just not worth it. You log in, you go, hello, friends, in the voice chat, and they go, fuck you, slur here.
I absolutely cannot believe, though, with how like greedy and corporate Activision Blizzard has become, that they haven't just created a new secondary company, given it all of the rights to Overwatch, and just turned it into a fucking porn studio. Like, how much money would they have if they just... You got 9% positive ratings on Steam.
Yep.
It's time for a pivot.
I feel like with that, it would be too difficult to police, like, their porn,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because think
I'm
about
sure at least a
OnlyFans.
couple of those characters have cop skins. Like...
Cop skins?
To police the porn?
True. You know what? This guy has a big brain on him. I actually like that point.
As soon as this show is done, I'm going to show you some League of Legends porn.
I don't want to see League of Legends porn.
It's called League of Lesbians.
No, I don't want to see it. I have had people
And
ask me before.
It precedes Arcane.
People have asked me before, hey, bro, have you ever watched League of Legends porn? I'm like, this shit is my job. Of all the things in the world that there is a pornographic universe of,
Yeah.
League of Legends is like at the very top of I am not interested.
Wait, what is it called again?
Look, man.
It's called League of Lesbians.
Yo, what website so I can specifically avoid that?
So it's
and
like...
Ryan Caitlyn Aresk Jinx,
Oh, I
but
know
she
this
has a
one.
dick.
Wait a minute. That's not a lesbian.
I was going to say now, hold on.
Well, Futanari. So like
That's cheating.
now this
Oh, that's that word that you tricked me into saying one time with a
Yes.
donation. Fucking Futanari Ari.
I don't think that was me. I think that was someone else.
That was
thankfully.
one of your legions.
Yeah, that was one of my minions out there. Yes.
She's lost in thought.
Sounds good, huh? It's one of her many tales.
No, I'm thinking right now.
Man.
So
I think Ezreal's a bottom.
does Futanari count as lesbian porn?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Because okay.
Just think of it as another strap-on.
You're right. It's just
It's
real.
just it's just a more effective strap-on. Because the core principle is that most of the storytelling is that they woke up one morning and randomly just grew a dick. Or
Are there
they just
tropes?
Took, they just
Where am
took
I?
they took some
Where
medicine.
am I? What decisions
They took some
did
medicine.
I make that led me to this place in time?
Have you maybe you haven't, but have you read the hentai where it's about these two guy best friends and one of them is a player, so he sleeps with a girl and then he didn't call the girl back? The girl was actually a witch, so she turned the guy into a girl, and then the two best friends fuck each other because one of them's a girl now, but then he actually just loves his best friend no matter what gender he or she is, so even though he flops back and forth between have like a man body and a girl body, they still fuck.
Oh,
No,
I think I know that. I actually think I know that.
I think it's called I Fucked My Best Friend.
Can't say I've seen
Okay.
that one.
I was about to be sassy about, oh no, I missed that one. And then Raz just comes in here like, oh yeah, I really like chapter 4. What are you?
Good one.
I found it.
I'm not.
Have you seen this one?
I don't think I know this
It's
one.
really good.
What's the full title for our listeners at home?
fucked my best friend.
Straightforward.
This is so funny.
Oh, okay. So there's two translations: fucked my best friend and fucked by my best friend.
Oh.
It's so good.
Which one's the more accurate one? I feel like fucked by my best friend is the more accurate one.
Why not both?
The cover just says BL, gay, and fuck on it.
Just so you know what you're getting.
They know their audience.
You have no idea how good this is. Oh my god, they made more?
Okay, no, guys,
There's a sequel.
we now know what she's doing after this.
The I fucked my best friend cinematic universe.
What were we talking about? Wait, let me look at my list
I
of
actually
topics.
have no idea.
So Raz, what's your opinion of monetization in gaming?
Perfectly natural segue.
Well, now we know how to monetize in gaming. Flowers have already given out an idea for Activision Blizzard.
It should be porn.
It should just be porn.
Like, honestly, come on.
Honestly,
on
we're
now.
getting to that point with some of the skins we're seeing with League and also with a lot of the skins we're seeing in Street Fighter. In any fighting game, if you're getting a skin, it's usually a bathing suit line, and one of them is basically riding the line.
Peach Beach Splash literally set the tone.
Yes.
DOA, excuse you.
There it is. We forgot about that one. And
You're
so
welcome.
for this one, my problem with monetization in gaming, God, FIFA's coming out soon. FIFA 23. It's not FIFA anymore. Actually, I forgot about that. It's now EA FC 24 because they didn't want to pay FIFA.
Wait. That's real? It's not FIFA anymore?
It's not FIFA anymore, which might have some ramifications later down the line if FIFA has like some ties to leagues that they don't have. They can't like give them certain players in certain leagues. But that's not the case right now. They just didn't pay FIFA. They didn't agree on to have the name title. So that's funny.
Damn.
Oh, the one thing that is gonna like the true ramification I've understood it as is like, for instance, World Cup stuff. They can't do World Cup stuff is what I've understood. But they will still be coming out. And anybody that knows FIFA at all knows they got me, aggressively monetize around like technically loot boxes, but cards for ultimate game, which is like you just pay money to get better players, but it's all randomized. It's just another form of loot box. So that's going to be coming up soon, and that's going to rob me. NBA 2K24 is the worst fucking game, and I'm surprised people are still buying it. Like, for whatever reason it got me last year, I told myself I would not buy another game, and I got 2K23 anyways. For God knows what reason. It was literally just an addiction, I'm not going to lie. So I understand people are still buying this fucking game, but like, check any review right now. It's abysmal. If people try and put it at 0, and some fucking nerds out there is like, I need to battle against this school. Like, I need to rate it a 5 so I can protect Papa 2K.
Papa 2K.
So the main problem is they aggressively monetize to the point in which, you know how you have like, you can create your own character, get them into the league, and try and build on them in whatever stupid, shitty storyline they have for you. Well, guess what? If you were to not pay at all and just build your character from scratch, he is a 66 overall.
Oof.
That sounds bad.
It's
bad.
awful. Think of like you're a basketball player. You can't dribble because you're going to get robbed. You can't block or defend because everyone's faster than you. You can't shoot because you don't have the stats to shoot. You probably can't dunk if someone even tries to fucking contest you because you can't deal with them.
How did you get on the team? You can't do anything.
You
Nepotism.
can't fucking do anything unless if you pay Papa 2K. If you do pay, like, to get their VC, that's what they're called, their coins, then you can start leveling up the stats. But it's been the same for years. And much like Pokemon, each game, there's no fucking difference in either of the games, except for it's a new year, so there's new players or new rosters. Someone traded one team to another team, so you have to get this one. So this year, I've stood my ground. I am not buying NBA 2K24. I am waiting until it is just somehow breathable.
I don't know if you saw, there was a shit post on Twitter the other day. Some dude was playing this game. First off, he made his character look like a living, breathing car accident. Like, what? He took all the sliders to one side or the other. This guy looked like a fucking freak show.
Nice.
And then he makes it all the way to NBA Finals, and his team loses, right?
Yeah.
Heartbreak.
Yeah.
And so it's showing the cinematic with the other team celebrating. You know, the guys are in the court, they're
Yep.
high-fiving each other. Like, yeah, bro, we won the final. And his player just runs over and starts celebrating with them, even though he's on the team that just lost. And the guy's post on Twitter, he's like, no fucking way my guy just defected to the other team after we lost the finals.
Oh, no.
Free agency starts now.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm over here with you guys.
2K games have fallen off. It's so dog shit. The bug you've mentioned, there's far more bugs on top of that. Also, they do not port well into PC. People notice on NBA 2K23 that if you open the game, it shows you the logo and everything for NBA 2K22 because it's basically this. They just use the same build of the former game and just like slap some things on top of it.
I mean, who's playing those games on PC?
No one.
No one. That's
People
your
would
fault.
play the game on
No, that's their fault.
Some people would, but they're just so bad now.
Yeah.
It's a monopoly.
Yeah.
Once it's like only one game company can make the officially licensed game, it's like that's the end of that game being any good.
I miss NBA Jam on the Sega Saturn, man. It was 2v2. It was fun. If you hit 3 baskets in a row, every basket you shot after that until you missed was a fireball.
He's on fire.
True. Like, you could put in a cheat code to have one of your players be giant head Bill Clinton. This was back before Monica Lewinsky.
And the
I like that.
the Suns mascot, the gorilla.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some goofy shit in NBA
God.
Jam.
That would be the first time they said to Bill Clinton, he's got some head. With his bobble ass head in that game.
He used to be the president, Ovilee, Bill Clinton.
Yeah, this was
I
back before
thought
your time.
Obama was the president.
Yep, that's it.
Bill Clinton walked so Obama could run.
A lot of people say Bill Clinton was the first black president.
I was about to say, Bill Clinton is the closest we got to a black president at the time. There's a reason why Hillary Clinton already won the black community over.
Yeah, there was a shit post about Bill Clinton's just chilling in the Oval Office, getting a blowjob from a chubby white chick playing saxophone in his spare time. Yeah.
He didn't inhale on that blunt.
Like,
I don't understand
It was
politics.
before your time.
I
Yeah.
don't understand politics at all. You know
Just
what
think of Bill Clinton as basically the recent Michael Jackson, you know?
What?
You know,
Where are
New
we?
Age Jackson.
So imagine a pimp named Slickback became president.
Yes. That's Bill
I
Clinton.
can fuck with that. I
There
can
it
fuck
is.
with that.
We got her.
My brain's been fried though because all I've been doing over the past few days is playing a new random farming game that sucks. Don't play Fae Farm. There's so many advertisements for a game called Fae Farm.
Is it not good?
Okay.
I've heard about it.
It's
is this like a
okay.
Stardew Valley type, or what
I mean,
is it?
yeah, I feel like what happened was Stardew Valley came out and everyone's like, oh my God, we have to make a Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
But what people aren't realizing is that Stardew Valley was a love letter to Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon had a very specific way of like making a farming game. It was a grind because it was a Japanese game originally. And
Yeah.
Japan loves the fucking grind. Look at all of the JRPGs.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's like a hidden achievement for Harvest Moon Mineral Town. Have you played that game?
Mineral Town, maybe a little bit.
Okay. Harvest Moon Mineral Town, where if you got to year like 200 or some stupid shit like that, you would unlock the mountain villa.
What?
Year 200. So just to give you like a little bit of reference, it would probably take you like, I don't know, maybe 12 hours to get through 1 year.
Yeah.
So they're expecting you to. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't fuck with that.
That's fucking crazy.
So Fae Farm, I don't know. The characters feel whack. The friendships and quote unquote romances that they have are boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing really compels you to make friends or anything. The progression is fine. Like, you know, it's just, okay, I build this, then I build this, then I build this. There's
Yeah.
so many other great games out there. Don't play Fae Farm. It's shit.
Is it fully out or is it early
It's out.
access?
It's fully
Oh.
out. There was like advertisements for this game everywhere. So I was like, this is weird. Because usually when you think of indie farming games,
Yeah.
like they're just kind of like
They're
small.
more low key.
But yeah, I saw a couple friends like playing this game and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's okay. But the reason why I had it was because on my other monitor, I was rewatching all of Adventure Time. Did you watch Adventure Time?
Nah, it was after my time. My younger sister, who's 4 years younger than me, is a huge fan of it, but it came out like late 2000s, right? Something
It came
like
out
that?
in 2010.
Okay, so very early 2010s. I was on the Four Loko daily, nightly, and ever so rightly back then. Even if I did see it, I wouldn't remember.
I was watching some good old wrestling.
Okay, so I was in 5th grade, so I was probably 10 or 11.
Yeah, you probably weren't on the Loco.
No, I don't think I was on the Loco. Not yet, at least.
Okay.
I would need, high school. That's where big kids are. Four Loco. God damn it.
Have you ever had a Four Loko?
No, and I don't want to. After
Okay.
hearing his stories, I'm never gonna have a fuking Four Loco. I don't
Bro,
want
I
to
can
die.
get us a beer bong and a Four Loko, and we can have like a classic college party.
I don't want to die. I didn't even go to my own college parties in college.
Not only would you die, but that shit tastes like battery acid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sometimes when I'm feeling sad, I still watched a video the first time I gave Raz a Four Loko because his facial reaction is just some of the funniest shit you'll ever see in your life. I even gave him the one that girls like the one that's supposed to be the best flavor.
Yeah.
And he said battery acid.
Yeah, unfortunate.
You guys are fucking gross.
No, dude, it's a bonding experience.
Yes.
Share Loco with your boys.
Anyways,
Okay, back to Adventure Time.
Adventure Time was probably like one of the most pivotal cartoons for kids in my age.
okay.
Because it was Adventure Time everything. It was always like
okay.
Finn and Jake, it was Lumpy Space Princess, it was Princess Bubblegum. Like the merch for it went so fucking hard. The show went for years and years and years. Like a pretty long
still
run
going?
for cartoons. It's over now.
Okay.
But the reason why it popped back up again is because they just made the cartoon on HBO Max, where it's the gender bent spinoff. So instead of Finn and Jake Adventure Time, it's Adventure Time with Fiona and Cake. And so Fiona is a girl and Cake is a cat.
Oh my god.
And it's okay, it's difficult for me to explain how fucking amazing this is, because Adventure Time for me, there was a lot of episodes that were written and kind of like the music made by a woman named Rebecca Sugar. Rebecca Sugar went on to make Steven Universe, right? And all of those episodes and all of those like music bits made me realize how much I love cartoons and like that art is a medium and everything, because it was just so fucking good. And I'm sad that you guys didn't watch Adventure Time, because I need someone to freak out about Adventure Time with.
R.I.P. headphones user.
Well, I mean, they also re-released like Beavis and Butthead for modern times, and I'm a big Beavis and Butthead junkie, so I've been loving that because it's just Beavis and Butthead, but it's their takes on modern things. In the most recent, so instead of just sitting on the couch watching music videos, they watch YouTube videos about different stuff now.
Oh,
so it's
modernized.
literally the inspiration for when I have you guys over for bro night and we just watch dumb shit on the couch.
Yep.
Like that's what it is. Like I'm just
When you say you guys, when you say have you guys over for bro night,
yeah.
just, who's you guys?
You're a girl.
Me and Thresh go over.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
He's there on the floor.
So
Glad you understand.
I just love watching this 90s brand degenerate humor applied to modern stuff. I remember in the recent movie they had, they accidentally walk into a college class, and it's a gender studies class.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite joke from the whole movie.
Yeah.
Is they walk into the gender studies class, and it's like race and gender studies, and the teacher's talking about, oh, well, boys, you're white males, so you have white privilege. You need to like consider everybody around you. And they're like, what the fuck is that? And so the teacher explains it to him, and then Butthead he's like, Beavis, we have white privilege. And they just get up and they walk into the cafeteria and just cut the line. It's like, get out of our way, butt munch. We have white privilege. And then they just shove everybody out of the way and just go straight up to the food.
I just remember watching this shit.
I'm just like, yes, this is the most degenerate possible interpretation of the lesson the professor was trying to teach. And I just love watching this shit. They watched a music video that's like, it was a modern country music video where it's like the cool country music video singer is trying to teach this like fat dorky guy how to like be cool and talk to women.
Yes.
And the entire time they're just making commentary. They're like, he's going to invite him back to his house. He's trying to seduce him. Like they're talking about the country singers just trying to get in this guy's pants instead of teach him how to talk to girls.
Oh my god.
I love it. It's just so stupid.
Like a weird uncle.
Look,
Yes, like a weird
like,
uncle.
Like
Man.
a weird uncle,
Like
and
a
it
weird
all
ass
comes
uncle.
back together. Do you guys know when you're going to Worlds or something yet? To tease?
We are no. I will tell you, we are not allowed to say anything because I don't know if you looked at the Slack thing. They did tell us they're planning on doing an official like talent announcement thing. So
they aren't going to Worlds. Shut up. You didn't hear anything.
I'm staying home
Just
doing
kidding.
fucking nothing. But
Just
I wanted
kidding.
to say quickly, some of those Canadian cartoons, man, I'm sad because we'll never fucking come back. Like all that bullshit about like Arthur's great, so Arthur will be fine.
is Arthur Canadian?
I think Arthur's Canadian.
Is he?
Every day
When you're walking down the street,
everybody that you meet has an original point of view.
I had no idea
And
that was
I
Canadian.
said, hey, what a wonderful kind of day.
Hey, when
We
you
can learn to work and play
and get along with each other.
And then what was it? Listen to the bit.
You gotta listen to your heart, listen to the rhythm the rhythm of the street. I don't know.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Okay. There were good cartoons out
They
there.
were great ones. I enjoyed all of them except for Angela Anaconda.
Angela Anaconda was a fever dream.
I fucking
Is
hate
that like
it.
is that where like Nicki Minaj came?
No.
Like what?
Angela Anaconda was one of the weirdest shows of all time. It was like the characters were all flat paper cutouts in black and white, but with like cartoon clothes and stuff. And it was so bizarre universe feeling. Like Angela's voice sounded like this, and she had an evil French girl who was her classmate. She talked like this. And
My name is Angela. Hey, hello. Welcome to my very own show.
No, this just sounds like Teen Girl Squad.
Which is excellent.
What's that? Say that again.
Yeah.
Teen Girl Squad.
I don't know what that is.
From Homestar Runner?
We're ending the show right now.
Oh, Homestar Run. I know Homestar Run.
We're
That's
ending
fine.
the show right
That's
now.
great.
They don't know who fucking Teen Girl
The
Squad is. and I'm
generational
not-
gap.
I can't explain the generational gap.
It's
Ian, do
older.
you know it?
Yeah. This was like one of the earliest like hit Flash video series.
I had dial-up internet till I was 18 years old.
Okay, well, how about this? Did you watch We Like the Moon?
What the fuck is that?
Cause it is close to us.
I-
We
I-
like the moon.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm aware of Homestar Run. I've visited the website one time. The most overhyped piece of shit ever.
No. Doesn't Ovilee look like Homestar Runner?
She does look like Homestar Run.
Thank you for watching Caster's Couch, but let's be honest, go watch Spill It instead, the new podcast with me and Gina Darling, because these two fuckers are uncultured. You don't know Adventure Time. You don't know Teen Girl Squad. You
Gina's
don't
the
know
weird
shit.
uncle.
You don't know fucking shit.
But not
Gina's
in like a
not-
bad way.
The ugly one.
Bye.
Bye.
So-and-so.
What's her face? The ugly one. I'm going to show you some Teen Girl Squad right now.
Oh my god.